for
Thanks,
that,
Tom.
Well, Third Home is a luxury home swap service hitting Aussie shores. And it's an exclusive club for second or third homeowners who use virtual keys as currency. Well, Wade Shealy is Third Home's founder, CEO and chairman, and he joins us now along with Bridget Ramey, who's both a real estate agent who helps her clients discover Third Home and also a user of the service herself. Welcome to the program. It is great to have you both on the show to tell us about this. So, I mean, Wade, just starting with you. So it's like an Airbnb for billionaires, if you like, would you say?
Well, when you use the word home swap, it's a little confusing because home swaps traditionally have been, you come to my house, I come to yours.
Yeah.
A lot of those are personal homes that you're trying to hook up at the same time, and that's very difficult a lot of times to do. Ours is totally different. Ours is only for second homeowners. It has to be a luxury second home. It's not for primary homes. And you don't have to go to the person's house that comes to yours. In fact, chances are you probably won't, because we have 10,000 people in the club. And so you go wherever you want to go using your second home, and they get credits and they go wherever they want to go.
It's a lot of members that you have, 10,000. Wade, I think you said you started, was it 92? When did you start?
2010.
Sorry. 2010, I beg your pardon. How long did it take to get that? You saw obviously a niche in the market for this demand.
Yeah, it started out, you know, I had some friends that had second homes, and they were frustrated because they just were tired of going to the same place over and over and over. And sometimes they felt like, you know, when they wanted to go on vacation, they had to go to the second home because they had so much money invested. They didn't want to pay rent to go somewhere else. So they wanted to get more value, wanted to get more use out of their second home. And so Third Home just seemed to make a lot of sense, that if you could use the downtime in your second home to go anywhere in the world rent-free and not have to pay, then all of a sudden now your second home will become a lot more valuable to you.
Yeah.
So we found that people, instead of owning a second home for 5 years and wanting to sell it to move somewhere else, now they keep their second home, put it in Third Home, and travel the world rent-free and get more value out of it.
So just explain for us, what's the sort of criteria for your second home to be able to join the club, and how does it work, the virtual keys?
So first of all, it has to be a desirable location. When we say desirable location, that doesn't necessarily mean a big resort where a lot of tourists are. In fact, most of our members enjoy going to more private places, more luxury, high-end boutique type places. So it has to be a desirable location, but that could be a private island in Fiji, which we just got back from 2 weeks ago, where we had our own, how do you say, Yasawa Island. There's only 18 birds on the whole island. We had our private beaches every day. They pack a picnic lunch for us. But it's a very luxury accommodations. And so our members are looking for good location and luxury with beautiful furnishings and services and appointments.
Now, Bridget, you're actually a real estate agent dealing with high-end property yourself, but you also became a member and used the service. So explain, how did you come on board with the concept?
Well, I'm a realtor in Austin, Texas with Sotheby's, and so I deal with a lot of second home buyers in the luxury market. And so that's sort of how I came accustomed to it. But what I learned is a lot what Wade was saying. When you buy a second home, how do you convince someone that they're going to be able to use it to the best of their ability when they're not there? And so I have a second home, and I became a member. And what I love most about Third Home is Third Home has become my travel agent, my travel guru. I used to get so overwhelmed when I'd go plan my own vacations. I'd get on the World Wide Web, and eventually I would not pick any place because there were too many options. So when my work schedule allows, I pick dates on the Third Home calendar, I see what homes pop up, and that's where I go. And so it's really taken me out of my comfort zone to visit places I might not normally go because I see luxury homes and it fits within my work schedule, and I just book it. It's very easy. My clients love it. I introduce it to them. They end up going and traveling to places that they couldn't rent. We recently stayed at a castle in Scotland, over 5,000 acres. Wow. You couldn't rent it. So it really gives me the opportunity to offer my clients opportunities that they wouldn't have worldwide or normally, which then makes me look good to them. I sell more properties, and then I get to travel within the program myself.
So when you say you wouldn't rent it, is it because it's such a luxurious property that there's only certain people that you would want to stay there?
It's properties that don't rent. They don't rent their properties. They only allow other members to rent it. They don't want HomeAway and Airbnb having access. There's a certain level of respect when other members who own luxury homes are coming to your property. You don't worry so much about for lack of better words, the riffraff coming in, and you don't have to hide your condiments and stow everything away. So it makes it easy for members to lend their homes to other members rather than just to the general public.
Yeah, about half of our members in the club do third home, but they might rent short-term their second home as well, and then about half of them choose not to do rentals, but they don't mind using third home because the people who stay there are doing the exact same thing with their house. And so it's a different type of person staying in your house than a traditional renter. Sometimes the more you pay, the more you feel like you can do whatever you want to a house.
Sure.
Where our members aren't paying rent, but they are using their second home to travel, so there's a little bit more trust factor in there.
It's that idea of the word home. You're staying in someone's home and you have a different respect level for it, and obviously the standard of home. You've been, now, obviously with your very Australian accents, you can see that this is, you know, it's taken off in the US for you. How are you entering into the Australian market, and how are you seeing, you know, demand for us here? Because, you know, we've got a lot of beautiful properties here as well.
Yeah. Well, first of all, we love it here. We got in last night. We've been in New Zealand. Now, Third Home is an exchange club, but we're not saying it's a dating service, but that's how we actually met.
Fantastic.
So I always want to clarify that since we're traveling together.
I don't know. There's an added bonus to. I think that sounds great.
We don't promote that part. But we, I mean, we just got back from Fiji for a week on the way here, and then we just stayed in New Zealand, where we stayed in a beautiful home in Wanaka, which is right outside of Queenstown. And this home is on 50 acres overlooking the lake. Simply magnificent. But we're trying to get more properties in this market. We're really big in the U.S. and Europe, and South America and the Caribbean right now. And so we've decided right now we only have about 57 properties in Australia, but we'd like to get up to a couple thousand by the end of 2018. So we're just starting to launch here, and we'd really love to have a lot of Australian owners join the club and participate.
Yeah. So there's no sort of minimum value that the home has to be worth. It's got to meet certain criteria for its location and the luxury fit out that it has?
Typically, our homes run in U.S. dollars from about $500,000, which I guess is about 700 and something thousand Australian dollars, to over 50 million.
Yeah.
Wow.
So our average for you guys is about 3.3 million dollars is our average, but doesn't mean it can't be a smaller one-bedroom on a beach somewhere. As long as it's luxury and it's in a good location, we certainly look at it. We have one-bedroom apartments in Trump International Hotel in Tower, New York City, so they're small, but they're very luxurious, right on Central Park. So they can be small, but they just need to be luxury and in a good location.
Now, you explained that it's, you can say if you're staying in other people's homes. Can you explain how the actual cost of being a member, or how that works for people to come on board?
Yeah, well, that's the best part. You can spend more money on your vacation because you're not spending on your accommodations. So we typically have a one-time initiation fee for people to join the club, which is $2,500 US, or about $3,300, I think, Australian. Now, we're willing to waive that initiation fee right now for everybody in Australia to promote here and get us launched here. So right now there'd be no cost for anybody in Australia to join the club, and they're lifetime members. And then all they pay is a nominal exchange fee whenever they go somewhere for a week. And that runs from $395 for the week to $995 for the week. And that's all they pay is for the week. And so, like the home we just stayed in, if it was for rent in New Zealand, it would rent for $28,000 for the week, and our members would have paid, I think, $595 for the week.
Wow. So it doesn't matter if your property, say, is a $2 million harbourside in Sydney, but you want to stay in the $50 million property, you can still do that if...
Yeah, the members have a currency of keys. I think James mentioned this. So the members don't have any money transpire between them, but they get keys as the currency, as a virtual currency, as you said. And so let's say James has a house and he puts his home up for a week. He gets keys based on the value of his home in the week that he offers, because there's different values to different weeks and seasons. And then he gets those keys, and then he can use his keys to go outbound. So he may get more keys than what he's using to go out. So it's like, you know, he might get 10 keys for his week for his week he offers, and he may only use 5 keys to go outbound, but he still has 5 keys left. And so it's based on the value.
Like a credit,
yeah.
build up credit.
Yeah, and you keep your keys until you use them up. Yeah.
And Bridget, I mean, you must see some incredible properties in Texas, but I mean, the properties that are listed, I mean, are they just astonishing, some of them?
Out of this world. One of my second favorite things about Third Home is the ability to share with family and friends. And Wade and I recently went to Italy on the Tuscany-Umbria border, and we took 5 other couples and stayed in this incredible villa. And what's nice is when you're dealing with a home like that, it often comes with a villa manager, and then you get someone that's guiding you along. So we went truffle hunting in Umbria. We went to tons of different restaurants and experiences, vineyards. We had a private chef come 3 nights while we were there and teach us how to make gnocchi. The experiences it created within Third Home that you can share with your family and friends are really one of a kind. And that's one of my favorite things. I'm incredibly social and I love to share. So that's one of my favorite things. We also went on an Amazon cruise with only Third Home members. So we went cruising along the Amazon. I think there were 17 other members, got to learn about the lifestyle, the traditions, the history of the Amazon. The members were all blown away. And then we got to share all of our favorites. So with all the other Third Home members, we're like, where was your favorite place to go? What were your favorite things to do? So if you love to travel, it opens up and broadens your horizon for what you want to do and where you want to travel. It's really
in the
fun.
feeling of a home environment.
Exactly.
Which is a bonus.
Incredibly addictive.
Yes.
Beautiful
Yes.
properties, aren't there, too, around the world? I mean, just stunning. Look, it's been great to talk to you both about it. Thank you so much for coming on
Thank
the
you for having
program.
us.
Enjoy the rest of your time in Australia.
you.
And,
Very much.
Yeah, and see what properties you can get on board.
Yes.
I look forward to it. Thank you very much.
Very much.
Thank you.
All right, we're going to take a very quick break here on Sky News Real Estate. Do stay with us. Plenty more coming up in just a moment.